for week 2 in the NFL. It's Mike Tomlin's 15th home opener as Pittsburgh's head coach. Meanwhile, Las Vegas has won 4 of the past 5 matchups. Get ready for the Raiders and Steelers next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Western Pennsylvania on Heinz Field in the Steel City of Pittsburgh. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up. See what this offense can do as they'll get their first shot here with less than a minute gone by in the first quarter.
Here I come! Here I come! Here I come! Here I come! Rocco switch!
Our first carry for Najee Harris. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line.
That's a very good run there by Najee Harris, who can take it inside. He can get to the perimeter. He can do it all with his build and his speed. This is a guy coming out of Alabama who did everything for the Crimson Tide. That's why Pittsburgh took him in the first round. Last in the league in rushing as a team last year with the Steelers. They're expecting Harris to kickstart their running game.
And a really good show of force there as he gets through for 4 tough yards. But look at the numbers for Harris in last week's game. 1 rushing touchdown, yes, but look at the rushing yards. He was up near 200.
The one phrase I'd use to describe that performance, he carved up that defense.
Out to his left. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson.
Let's go! Go on, right there! Go on!
That's a nice throw right there, and I'll tell you what I've seen in recent times and actually watched a presentation in the offseason from a college offensive coordinator that showed about 10 different drills that he runs with his quarterbacks to show them how to get out of the pocket, how to get comfortable when they're doing so, and to make plays under that type of duress. That's an example of what we're seeing the colleges deliver to the NFL.
Harris going to get it again on second down. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid game.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Charles, I'll look there at the Steelers draft class for 2021. They bucked the trend and said, we need an impact player in our backfield, and thus the selection of Najee Harris at 24. Do you like that selection or no?
I absolutely love that selection as one that I kind of advocated throughout the draft process.
Let's go!
Many people screaming, get offensive linemen. But to get a back like Harris at that spot, get him and then come back and get the offensive lineman later. Remember, they ended up taking Pat Freiermuth, the tight end, in the second round. They did take some linemen later. Kendrick Green in the...
And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Pat Freiermuth. Zone update. This defense stacked up here with a 1st and 10 inside the 15. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Looking again for Waller, and he's got him again. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. To throw again on second down. Carr. That's caught by Waller out left side. And the Raiders are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
No tight end had more catches in 2020 than Darren Waller with 107. The 3rd most by a tight end in history. Maybe we should just take the label off and call him an outstanding receiver.
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. It's... So here's the situation upcoming. Second quarter, third down, and this defense just trying to force the field goal attempt. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. 62 yards rushing for. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game.
Watch the screen! Watch the screen!
He'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. And this will be caught by his big tight end, Ebron, for a Steeler touchdown. Eric Ebron, his second touchdown of the season. And the Steelers have taken the lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well. So that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. He's going deep for Brown. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by Nate Hobbs. On second down now, this defense sort of finding themselves with their backs against the wall. Ball in the red zone. Now, Carr again. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Bryan Edwards there to make the grab. And the Raiders are an extra point away from tying the ball game. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they've got just under 50 seconds, so time enough to try to work their way downfield if they so choose. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
He's going deep for Brown. And that nearly intercepted. It's incomplete. Now remember, he had a pick earlier, but couldn't reel that one in.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield.
And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. It'll wind up just a 35. We drop you into the action here, neck and neck. Tie game, third quarter, third down. Can this defense get the stop? Again, it's Carr. Fight is tight end. That's Waller. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 15. Into the red zone, it's Carr. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. It's Highsmith. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. The pass rush will be equally intense here on second back. It's 2nd and 18. Meanwhile, Carr's throw complete here to Waller. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run, because we envision them in offenses catch the ball. How much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
The kick by Carlson is good. And they take a 17-14 lead. So a big third down coming up here for the defense, trying to preserve a very slim lead in the third quarter. On third down, here's Harris. They find some open field here. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able. They'll run. Here's Harris. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. On second down, this is Harris. And just a couple yards there down to the 17. Back now in Pittsburgh. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by the rookie from TCU, Trayvon Merritt. And the Raiders are going to take possession. The key coming up here, preserve the lead for this defense. Fourth quarter, close game. Third down, here we go. Throwing his car on third down. They swing that out wide to Jacobs. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going. They go with Jacobs. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. This defense now trying desperately to hold on to this fourth quarter lead, but to do it, they've got to keep this offense out of the end zone. On first and goal, Drake. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And a big turnover there as his guys... We drop you back into the action in a one-score game. This defense needs to get a stop. They need to get the ball back to their offense and get down and score. Carr now on first down. And this will be incomplete.
They're going to give out a little applause on that play. It has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the first row.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. The sack by T.J. Watt, or as his mother Connie calls him, Trent Jordan Watt. So now Carr, the Raiders, dealt a third and long after that sack. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And this defense definitely had his head down, going down, and he's pretty fortunate. They didn't call for grounding on this one. That was a good 10 feet over everyone's head.
Now Carr, got to have this one. Lets this go for Renfro downfield. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Raiders try it on fourth down, but to no avail. And the Steelers, they're going to take over. Now a first down carry for Harris. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a one-score game. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. He's got the first down here inside the 30. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They run with Harris. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They're going to look to throw. On the move to his left. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Raiders have recovered. Now Carr. Connecting with Renfro. 7 yards the pick up there. The Raiders try to move quickly, try to get everybody back to the line. He's going to let it fly. A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. First down now, but the clock continues to move. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Throwing his Carr. Throw left side, taken in by Renfro. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds, right around the 7. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Carr. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here. Pretty tense spot here for this offense. A field goal would tie. A touchdown would win it. But they've got to move that football. Good news for them. They do have all 3 timeouts remaining. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 35. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Back to throw. Steps away. And this is caught. It's Brown. Now they get the timeout. It leads you to wonder, will they kick it here or risk running another play and possibly not getting down in time? We'll see. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw. He'll buy some time right. And did he get the feet down? No. They'll say he did not. It's incomplete. And it's incomplete. And now just 3 seconds left. Look at the clock. Time for one more shot. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. And his kick is right there. It's good. And in the 4th quarter. So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
132 yards rushing for him now as he was just trying to will his guys to an overtime victory. I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That could give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now That's an extra boost moving forward. And it actually is an extra hope for the team that loses because normally you shake it off. But in this situation, it lingers a little bit longer.
That was so well timed. Just a perfect throw on the slam.
Hit him on the move, didn't he? Now he's going against the grain of the defenders coming over to try and stop him. That allowed for that additional yardage downfield.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. On first down, Harris. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It was Isaiah Johnson there to make the stop. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4.
Here we go. Here we go.
A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8. And I know you with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys.
And he's into the end zone for the touchdown. Game winner, 82. So the touchdown.
That we were, and I just love being able to be witness to a game like this.
These players are on the last year of their contract. Re-sign them.
see what this offense can do as they'll get their first shot here with less than a minute going by in the first quarter. And they'll run for the first time with Najee Harris. A look at the numbers for Harris in last week's game. Well into the triple digits, and they'll take that every time out.
What I loved was just how decisive he was running the football. Coaches like guys that go north and south. They don't like the east-west guys, the juking and the jiving. 1 foot in the ground and cut.
And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1. They'll set up a throw. Dancing to his left. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
Let's go! Let's go!
That's something you have to be aware of as a defense and have to find a way to account for him. And if you're not going to use a spy, you're telling your guys to keep your eyes on him, because when he breaks out and makes plays like that, all he does is hurt you.
Have to at least be able to contain him somewhat. There they could not. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we get everybody he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. Again, it's Harris on 2nd down. And he gets us inside the 35-yard line.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, this shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Rolling to his left. Open man, completes it to Claypool. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7.
That's a big league job there, getting out of the pocket, not panicking, and just buying himself some time. Then he made a good, accurate throw to set up 1st and goal.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal.
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Nice 57 tonight.
On the give, this is Harris. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now in 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Out to his... And did he break the plane? Yes, he did. Touchdown. Najee Harris, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Steelers have taken a first... Let's jump back into the action with this defense up against a 1st and 10 at the 11. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. That's caught one more time by Boyd. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty, 1st and goal. Mixon is in. Touchdown, Bengals.
Touchdown, Cincinnati.
So here's the situation upcoming. 2nd quarter, 3rd down, and this defense just trying to force the field goal attempt. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Flush to his right. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. They'll look to throw again. He's got a man open. It's Chase Claypool. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7.
Come on, fellas.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A good run of 6 yards there. Gets him closer to the goal line with 2nd down coming up. They'll look to throw here. Steps away to his left. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Steelers have taken it. So it's 3rd down, ball inside the red zone, and this defense looking to get the stop they need. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. On 4th down, out comes the rookie 5th-round pick, Evan McPherson, for the Bengal field goal. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. McPherson's kick is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in the second. A potential turning point in a one-score game. What can this defense do as they look to hold on to their second-half lead? On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 46 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ballgame.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
And that'll be caught. Touchdown, Bengals. It's Tyler Boyd. Tyler Boyd, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bengals are going to jump back in front. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook.
This defense in need of a big stop in a tight game in the 4th quarter. Let's see if they can get that stop they need. Burrow throw. That's caught by the tight end, Drew Sample. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses home. Jet sweep, Boyd with it. And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. And let's check on the call. That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block would be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
After the penalty, it's Mixon. And he is going to lose yardage here. T.J. Watt, always the disruptor, there to blow that play up. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Again, it's Mixon. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. The objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but works and clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right. But the problem for them, is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete.
Well, the Tigers that time on defense just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
McPherson's kick is good. And they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
Get in the weight room.
So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Buying time to his left. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
He'll look to throw. They've got his man complete. A big play that time through the air. 31 yards.
They absolutely had to take some chances downfield trailing here in the fourth quarter.
So why not go 4 verticals, send the guys downfield, say make a play.
And that's one of the favorite routes of offensive coordinators. You know why? Because receivers can be open at any point running that route. And here we are in the fourth quarter. Watch them drive. Really a goal and touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. Now the Steelers hustling up to the line of scrimmage. Harris going to get it again on second down. And he is in as they have tied it right here in the 5. The margin for error for this defense is slim because a field goal would change the complexion of this game. Can they get the stop they need? They're looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And it's a tremendous return as they finally get it about the 10-yard line. First down. It's Harris. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on 3rd. They hand this off to Harris. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Boswell's kick is good. And that'll move their lead up to 4 now. The Bengals drive about to get going. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short in the end zone who comes up and ends up making a play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Oh, and that nearly ended it. That should have been intercepted, but he cannot corral it, and that is a lifeline there with third down. An important 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Pass complete to Higgins. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a
This player has a zone ability. This is a powerful ability that can be activated. Coming up, we'll see two storied franchises. The Packers host the Steelers, a team Green Bay hasn't defeated in the regular season since 19...
Still 0-0 here in quarter one, but an early test to check in on as we've got a third down situation looming.
49.
Throwing is Rodgers on third down. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he'll take this into the end zone. Test for the defense coming out. Reckon they dial up here to try and thwart this third down situation. Back to throw here. And that is incomplete. So here we go, back to the action. Football in the red zone. And a big third down play coming up for this defense. Here's Rodgers to throw. And that is incomplete. The Steelers defense locked in, forcing an upcoming third down.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on third down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected fourth down here.
McCann's kick up the board. And the lead moves to Townsend. So a touchdown. Let's get back into the action. The situation, ball in the red zone. It's second down, and the defense needing to step up. Here's Jones again on second down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And Jones is not going to have the first down as they stop him short. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. They'll go with Jones. And nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped behind the line. Well, this offense has struggled. They have not scored yet. They trail. But a chance here late in the second quarter to try to get some points on the board. Again, he'll drop to throw. And this one is incomplete.
I believe I'm following their logic. Take the big shot downfield, loosen things up. You're hoping to get some points on the board before the half. Maybe now you come back and throw some underneath stuff in order to make sure you get a completion.
On the move to his left. He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Fryermuth. And he's able to get it all the way down to the 20. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Kevin King with the pick. A big turnover there. Have been hard to come by in this one, and it's the third quarter. Defenses have reigned supreme. Can the defense reign supreme once more on 3rd down? Let's find out. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Play fake here on 1st down. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. This defense now trying desperately to hold on to this 4th quarter lead, but to do it, they've got to keep this offense out of the end zone. To throw is Rodgers. The quick slant caught. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple seconds mulling over what the penalty would do for them?
They asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
It's deployed by McKay. A big drive now for this offense. They'll have all 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning as they search for a late score. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Being chased out left. To the sideline, and he's got it. They say the feet are down. Yes, the line judge says they're in. That'll be a 1st down. A big connection on that one. 31 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Sliding out of the pocket. He's to the 10. He will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the 1st, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is spent.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Najee. So the picture becoming pretty clear here. The defense just looking for a stop because a touchdown, and they would trail on the scoreboard. They're hoping to preserve this slim 1-score lead.
Rodgers throw into the hands of Cobb.
And he's up into at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. There's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. That'll be a pickup of 4 as they work with this 4-point 4th quarter lead.
Second into his prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook. Go play action. Toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
Here we go.
Now Rodgers. Pass complete, Tunyon. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. Rodgers to throw.
Throw right side. This is into the hands of the tight end, Tunyon.
And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. To throw is Rodgers. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. back to throw. Rodgers. Open man, here's Cobb. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 25-yard line. Got a man, that's Lazard. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. They'll look to throw. This one swung out here to Jones. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that'll make it 3rd and goal. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And the Steelers have just about sewn up this football game. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turn. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? One final try for Rodgers. We've seen this before. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well,
Tomlin's never had a losing season as Pittsburgh's head coach, but he does have a losing record against Denver. Today, the Steelers host the Broncos as we kick off Week 5 on EA Sports.
We are at the confluence of the Ohio, Allegheny, and Monongahela rivers in Heinz Field in Pittsburgh. Well, the defense did their job. They didn't allow any points on the opening drive. Now second drive of the game. First for this offense, and what can they do with their go-around? First carry for Najee Harris. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. A look at the numbers for Harris in last week's game. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions. And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're sixes. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Tough spot here for the defense. Let's see if they can step up. We drop in on a first down in the red zone. A first down throw for Bridgewater. On the slant, completes to Sutton. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. For Sutton, the receiving numbers from last week's game. 5 catches, 68 yards. He's able to pull that last pass in, but this is usually a pretty tough unit to try and maneuver against. They're the top 10. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Cam Hayward, always a force, got back there for the sack. On third down, Bridgewater. And this is going to be incomplete. They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about. So the turnover leads to points. Coming up here, this defense looking for a third down stop in the second quarter. Looking to throw. Steps away. And that will be incomplete. They're going to look to throw. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard. A 3rd and 4 situation coming up inside the red zone as this defense looks to halt the drive right here. They'll look to throw again. Rolling to his left. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And the Steelers are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter. You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down. Harris. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. They'll set up to throw. Out to his left. Toward the pylon. Caught. Touchdown. So here's the situation incoming. Second quarter. 3rd down. This defense just trying to force the field goal attempt. Bridgewater from the gun on 3rd down. He's got a man. It's 10-7. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. But keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver.
Let's go.
Tim Patrick. So late 2nd quarter, this offense with the football trailing by 3. Can they get into range and tie it, or maybe get in the end zone and take the lead into intermission? Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Bradley Chubb in there to bury him for a loss of 11. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Here's Johnson with a reception. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. They'll throw now on the final play. He's going deep for Brown. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Well, points have been hard to come by in this one, and it's the 3rd quarter. Defenses have reigned supreme. Can the defense reign supreme once more on 3rd down? Let's find out. And he's going to drop this off to Williams. Complete. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Time to get back into the action. We've got a red zone alert. 1st and 10 at the 14. Again, he'll drop to throw. On the move to his left. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Harris. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
47 is the mic. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies.
Back to throw again. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far. It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. All right, the field goal unit is out there. Let's see if they can knock this one through. And Boswell's kick is good. And that will cut the lead back down to 3 at 13-10. Keeping this offense out of the end zone has to be considered a must here, as this defense can ill afford to go 2 scores down here in the 2nd half. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfect.
The key coming up here, preserve the lead for this defense. Fourth quarter, close game. Third down, here we go. Here's Bridgewater. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. So the task for this offense is preserving this lead. It's a tight game late, and the defense also, keep in mind, they do have 3 timeouts. They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. You know, I was going to ask if maybe they should surprise and pass the ball, but where they're at on the field, I think keep it on the ground, right?
I like where you're going with this one because field position is going to determine these play calls. And backed up where they are, I don't even think about putting the ball in the air. I tell my running backs, grasp the football, and I tell my offensive line, don't allow any leaks so they get hit immediately when we hand it off.
So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They're facing a critical third down now as they try to hold on to this lead. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Out of the shotgun, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. That one looks like he'll throw here. Steps away. And his throw is incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27, no first down. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. He hit his first one, this from 44 yards out now. Boswell's kick is good. And they add on and get a little bit of a cushion. It's 20-16 now. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. They're down here in a 1-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute it.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. And it's still incomplete. The defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Bridgewater. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Down 4 late. Got to go for it here on 4th down. Desperation time. 4th down. Bridgewater. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down here. This one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And it wasn't really see what this offense can do as they'll get their first shot here with less than a minute gone by in the first quarter. A handoff to Harris to begin the drive. A look at the numbers for Harris in last week's game. 13 carries, 66 yards.
He's been a huge part of their winning streak because he establishes not just an identity and a tone, but the team relies on him. He takes care of the football, he gains yardage for him, chews up clock, and that's been a big part of why they're winning games lately.
Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice, steady game.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Rolling to his left. They'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth.
And Pat Freiermuth picks up a first down with a nice catch there. He was the second tight end taken after Kyle Pitts in the draft. Went in the second round out of Penn State. And the Pittsburgh Steelers were looking for a big target.
And the Seahawks defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Darrell Taylor. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. Boy, Charles, that time he took a bad situation and made it worse.
Yeah, you're almost putting together a nice little song there, aren't you? Because it's something you'll see from young quarterbacks. They have that tendency to retreat backwards instead of stepping up in the pocket.
Now here's a throw. It's complete.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that. Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on their heels a little bit. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right, that's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where the play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, "Put that down, good play. Got that play and just finish him off right now," because I think they'd love to gain that big advantage early.
Pretty solid start for the rookie here on this first drive, Charles.
Able to have some confidence, stepping back into the pocket, move around a little bit, find open receivers, and deliver.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Darrell Taylor. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27, and he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. So it's third down, ball inside the red zone, and this defense looking to get the stop they need. Now to throw on third down. They'll get this out wide to Penny. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Just a gain of a couple there. And that's going to make it fourth down.
If this were baseball, we'd call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the first down. But the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up the fourth down.
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on fourth down, this is a big call. Forcing the incomplete pass on fourth down and then roughing the passer.
Your offense is ready to roll, ready to get out on the field and take over. Instead, self-inflicted. Now they have to stay on the field.
And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. That's sacked by Tremaine Edmonds. The number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry. Wilson defers to Penny here on the draw. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and all the plays of that.
Touchdown, Seahawks. Rashad Penny. Ball in the red zone here. Defense in a pretty tough situation. 2nd and 2. 2nd and 2. And this is incomplete. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Forced out to his left. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Sidney Jones. And the Seahawks will take over here. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball, try to get things settled down a little bit. And Deontay Johnson has seen his share of targets increase in his first 2 years in the league, and last year finished with 88 catches, continuing to work on grabbing everything that comes his way. A nice catch there.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Darrell Taylor able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Quick completion here to Johnson. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. 2nd and 1. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. They'll set up a throw. Open man is Johnson. Touchdown Steelers. Deontay Johnson. Points have been hard to come by in this one, and it's the 3rd quarter. Defenses have reigned supreme. Can the defense reign supreme once more on 3rd down? Let's find out. They'll find Everett there, complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able. Well, points have been hard to come by in this one, and it's the 3rd quarter. Defenses have reigned supreme. Can the defense reign supreme once more on 3rd down? Let's find out. It's complete to Lockett. And he is out of bounds. So 4th down, Wilson goes to the sidelines, and on comes Jason Myers for the field goal try. Now the holder's going to keep it. He's going to try to run for it. They're not going to get it. They try to move the chains with a surprise, but it's a turnover on down. The points have been hard to come by in this one, and it's the 3rd quarter. Defenses have reigned supreme. Can the defense reign supreme once more on 3rd down? Let's find out. He'll drop to throw. And incomplete on the deep. They'll drop to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Brown. And he'll go down, and that will do it.
Get ready.
For the 3rd quarter of action.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
From the 41, Wilson. They set up the screen to Penny. And he's taken down inside the 30. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Out left, he's got it to Everett. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line.
This defense is certainly having an outstanding second half. I know they just gave up a first down there for the offense. They're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them here the entire second half.
So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They come up on a first and goal with this game still hanging in the balance. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. Penny will try to punch it in. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown Seahawks. Rashad Penny, his second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. They do tack on the extra point as well. And the lead is now 14-10. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it's finished off by a Rashad Penny touchdown run. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So now the Steelers down 14-10. And time, a huge factor. Their undefeated season, it's in danger unless they can score here as they've got a 1st and 10. Connecting with Johnson. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
Back to throw. That's to Fryermuth. And they work this well upfield across the 35. A big play that time through the air. 31 yards.
There's the arm strength that we saw in college and during the scouting process. And really, it's not just the arm strength there, but the placement as well. To me, that was an excellent combination of arm talent and accuracy.
And oh, that one nearly intercepted. That would have sealed it. Instead, it'll be 2nd down. Back to throw. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
56, Mike, 56. Hey, keep it up, keep it up.
They'll look to throw. Again, it's Johnson. And he's going to get this inside the 30. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. He'll look to throw. Able to hit his target, Claypool. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. First down now, but that clock rolling. He's back to throw. Out to his left. Throw left side complete. That's Johnson. He takes it across for the touchdown. They've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th. Wow. Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. And he clanks it off the right upright. And it's no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Here's Dante Pettis on the return. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Wilson leaves this one with Penny. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. Again, it's Penny. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. And now here comes their final timeout, as they take it with 8 ticks remaining. So now this one will rest on the right foot of Jason Myers. And now here comes their final timeout, as they take it with 8 ticks remaining. So now this one will rest on the right foot of Jason Myers. And his kick is good. And it's celebration time on that sideline, as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. So there was a little meat on that ball, a little more than a chip shot considering the circumstances, but he's able to bang it home in what should be the game winner.
And the key was getting him into a good position to kick from. I mean, if that's a 52-yarder, you're going to have some anxious moments, but kickers nowadays, you give them anything under 40, and they're automatic.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Look at the clock. Everyone knows the situation. Probably time here for one final play.
And we know what that play is going to be.
He's got him in, complete. And all the way down to the 24-yard line.
This is it! This is it!
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there.
Jones, Shorty.
Sports brings you a special edition of the National Football League for this Halloween matchup. It's the Steelers and the Browns coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. This was the scene a few minutes ago. The Dog Pack. Still scoreless here in the first, but a third down situation forthcoming. Let's get into the action. On third down, Mayfield. That's into the hands of Donovan Peoples-Jones.
Here we go. Here we go.
Still nothing here in quarter one, but an early test to check in on as we've got a third down situation looming. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the Sergeant. Here's Mayfield. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
They go with Chubb on second down. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1 yard line. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. Third and short yardage. Mayfield feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Devin Bush in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to fourth down. And Lambeau will put this one through, and the Browns are out to a 3-0 lead. Difficult situation as this defense up to the task. Ball in the red zone. 2nd and 5. On second down, this is Harris. Runs over it. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Bell. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. This defense is going to have to be stout here. Fourth down, but the offense only needs 1 yard to pick up the first. He's got his tight end, David Njoku, and he gets it inside the 10. Mayfield to throw it. And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing.
And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. Stephon Tuitt able to shake free and get home for the sack. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. The kick by Lambeau is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's second down. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Throw left side, got to be taken in by Harris. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. If you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble. And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. Nearly intercepted. The free safety couldn't quite get his hands around it, and it brings up 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw again. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Walker. The 20. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside. Following the interception, Mayfield. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30.
We got him. We got him.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Mayfield. Touchdown, Browns. Let's get back into the action. This defense up against a 1st and 10. The ball down at the 12-yard line. Mayfield on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Touchdown! This offense has made its way into the red zone as they're set up with a 1st and 10 just inside the 20. They'll look to throw again. He'll check it down to Bell. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. He's got Claypool for a Steeler touchdown. Chase Claypool, his 2nd. Time for this defense to try and stiffen as they'll try here to defend a 1st and 10 situation at their own 17-yard line. A 1st down throw for Mayfield. And this is going to be incomplete.
But listen, when you got the lead, there's absolutely no sense trying to fit a ball in where you shouldn't. You can see the coaching in his head taking place on that play because he saw he had a receiver in the area. He just put it well over his head out of harm's way.
And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So this offense, they've made their way into the red zone now. They've got it a couple yards inside the 20 at the 18, 1st and 10. Now a first down carry for Harris. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Steps away to his left. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A 10-yard touchdown. Well, this defense already down on the scoreboard here in a one-score game. They need a stop. They need a quick stop. Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Less than 2 to play with just a field goal separating these two sides. Game on the line. This is when these guys make their money. Can the defense get the stop? Let's find out. They'll try and wind down some clock with Chubb. And they'll get this up over the 25 to 26. Whistles now at a timeout. So defensively they burn it here with 1:51 left. Here's Mayfield. He's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. Shreds the tackle. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Another catch for him there on this drive. Any way they can. At that time, they pick up the first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he has met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Second down, here's Chubb again. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get him with under a minute to go now in the football game. And they take a knee. Here's Matt Bosher now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And control. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, Brown, a nice catch. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. And he did exactly what they needed him to do, Charles. Got out of bounds. They have no timeouts.
And they knew that before the play even began. Still executed it. How many times have we seen it happen where you know it, yet a guy's still looking for a timeout or trying to stay in bounds? He got it done.
And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. Antonio Brown, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. One final shot. They'll look to throw. But his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by John Johnson. And the Browns are going to hang on the final play. They get the turnover to seal this football game. Well, we were on hand for a fun Let's see what this defense can do here. Ball at the 18-yard line in the red zone. Fields on first down. Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. There he goes, right side. Past the 20.
I need to get my swag
brings this one back. It's a pick six. Steeler touchdown. We talked pregame about how we might have some twists and turns in this one, but how about this on the opening drive?
Well, they had a pretty good drive working, didn't they? So you wouldn't expect this ending.
We drop you into the action at second down, 2nd and 5, inside the red zone. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Now in a pretty difficult situation is his defense up to the task. Ball in the red zone, 2nd and 5. On 2nd down now, it's Harris. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. Look at that nice little drive brewing right here.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. He'll look to throw. On the move to his left. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. This offense has been clicking pretty well here in the first half. They've got the sizable margin. Now can they add to it here with a final drive in the 2nd quarter? 1st down, and they go back to Harris. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
So, Charles, you talk about this offense as we play here in Week 9 of the 2021 season. Normally, you're slipping kind of past the halfway point, but now with the season expanding to 17 games, you kind of think the teams might look up and say, gosh, we still have a lot of football left to go.
No doubt about it. Remember, they've had their open week already, so this could be a straight shot all the way from here on out. To me, the best coaches, they tell their teams, hey, I'll take care of you during the week. You just leave it all out there on game day, and I'll make sure you're ready for the next one.
Buying time to his left. Well, he will go out right near the 35-yard line.
Certainly making his presence felt in both the pass and the run game. He's having an impact.
Yeah, his first carry of the game right there. He had hurt him with his arm. Now he's showing that he can shuffle the puppies as well. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Being chased out left. Open man, completes it to Claypool. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A big connection on that one. 31 yards. Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here. A chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. They'll set up to throw. Steps away. They'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
He'll look to throw. Rolling to his left. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. This offense has marched the ball down the field nicely. In good position, can they finish the drive off? 1st and 10 in the red zone. Yet again, just a bruising carry.
And the Steelers are going to have a 1st and goal as he's inside the 10, down to the 7-yard line.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Nothing to lose now. This offense forced to go for it. Down a bunch here in the fourth quarter. On fourth down, Fields. Robinson's got it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So a decent game, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. And when people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They snap it to Fields, and able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. It's a two-score game in the fourth quarter. Onside kick coming up, and the kicking team desperately needs a football. And this doesn't work. The Steelers recover it. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside. It's a third down situation in the fourth quarter. Time to see if this defense is up to the task.
What we got? Mike, 50.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. And he's just across midfield. No hesitation in this situation. Down a couple scores late in the game. This offense is staying out there on fourth. Well, they go for it on fourth, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire
You have grades for each. Browse available players to improve your team.